Yeah, nice. Well, welcome. Oh man, it's always an honor to be able to present such cool stuff like this. So we've kind of already started with our introductions, but I want to start off with a huge thank you to Justin and Mike back there and the whole Atomic Dust team for the space. They've been so gracious and so helpful. So just want to say thank you to them and thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for y'all's time. So hugely appreciate it. Alrighty, so I think I might have skipped one. No, I didn't. So quickly, before we jump in, please raise your hand if you are a designer. We kind of already went over this, but I want to know is we have a couple unicorns trying to do everything. Yes, unicorn. Yes, nice. And I've been in your shoes. So my name again is Micah. I'm on the customer success team. And I began taking web design more seriously in 2012 and been fascinated ever since. I am a Texas A&M grad, and I'm a fan of modern architecture, photojournalism, and all things web design. You can find me on the socials at Mr. Create. Awesome. So our overview, we're going to talk about creating customized e-commerce experiences with Webflow. Then we're going to go over customization versus personalization in e-commerce, the current features available in the beta, and the features that are coming soon. And we're going to ask any feature requests as well. And we're going to have the awesome Waldo kind of present to us his story that he's created himself and how this customization works within Webflow. So customization is something that we all love. I can tell just by the way we dress and coming in here, and I have overalls on and people come in with different colors. Everyone loves customization. We like to express ourselves, and especially our clients. We like to express ourselves in our vehicles, from the colors to the interior to the tires and the wheels. We like to express and customize our shoes. And this is definitely getting more and more ridiculous as the NBA is like getting very loose with their colors on the shoes. And we like to express ourselves in our makeup and the things that we put on as well. But there's a difference between personalization and customization. Would anyone happen to want to try and give a stab at it? Personalization versus customization. What would we think is customization when a user comes to a website? If a user comes to a website and they experience something that is customized, it would be something like filters or being able to hide items. That is kind of a custom opportunity. Personalization, on the other hand, is something like this. Web applications within a website that allows a user to have either certain tasks or set up specific roles. And a great example is Amazon. Amazon is a great place of personalization. When you log in, specifically having login, you have your own name, you're greeted, you can save items. So that is personalization to the max. And what Webflow is providing is customization. So we're starting at customization, but we're bringing and building up to personalization. So with this whole e-commerce opportunity and customizing, it seems like a huge task. We have some WordPress users. I'm definitely a WordPress user at one time, and I remember trying to get the idea that I had, especially the little sketches, and trying to bring it live. And it felt very difficult, a bunch of hurdles. I did not feel like I was going to make it to the finish line. Ultimately did. What Webflow has allowed me to do is still have those hurdles. I still have the hurdles, but Webflow allows me to bash through the hurdles, and I'm able to get to my finish line way easier. So currently, the features that we have now. So currently the features are custom product grid. So when you come to a landing page of products, customizing the layouts for anything that you like. And I won't even try to wrangle any type of ideas, but you can have, here recently we offered a grid. If you're familiar with CSS grid, it allows you to have very unique layouts that we were wanting in web for so long. And it's something, if anyone here coming from print industry, anyone from print? So you can only imagine the working with Photoshop and things of that nature, how you can almost place anything that you wanted, but when you got to the web, everything felt slightly constrained. with CSS Grid, you still have some of those same constraints, but you have a little bit more fluidity, especially once it starts moving around towards mobile and desktop or desktop to mobile versions. Custom product pages, so actually getting to the product page, what that layout looks like. Custom shopping cart experience, and this is what I think is really cool, is because the two before you can possibly do in other solutions, WordPress and things of that nature, but a custom shopping cart is something that would require a bunch of heavy lifting, whether it be coding, custom coding, and things of that nature. A custom shopping cart would be very difficult to accomplish. And lastly, custom checkout pages. Again, without that unique experience as a hugely unicorn person that can do all the coding, all the designing, and all the things, a custom checkout page would probably be a template that you would probably just grab, and you would be just like everybody else using that platform, and much more. So quickly going to go over some of these items. So what does a custom product grid look like? So this is a, play here. There we go. So this is a brief walkthrough of what that would look like sped up. So what they grabbed here was a dynamic list, which is a collection of items in their Webflow project. And that collection is just your products. And what they're doing is now they're implementing their design for their product page. So they're setting up all of the layouts for that product page. And as you can see, because it's a collection, all of those items within that collection will have the exact same layout, but you can also manipulate that layout however you like. And if you're fairly new to Webflow, what you're probably noticing is that it's a very visual way of creating websites. And this would be the shopping cart experience. So after you've selected what you wanted, what that looks like when a user enters into their shopping cart, the placement of the shopping cart, what those items look like in the shopping cart, the buttons, things of that nature. And next, too far. There we go. And next, the checkout page. Again, the shopping cart experience and the checkout page is something that, in my experience, would require a bunch of heavy lifting of custom code in other solutions. And so something like this, where you can not only implement it without touching any code, but do it in a visual manner, I think is so awesome. So this is just beta, what you just saw. That is just beta, and what we're planning on providing is much more. So right now, beta allows everything that you just saw, and a bunch of other items such as checkout on your own domain, tax calculations, Facebook and Instagram integrations, and much more. And at webflow.com/ecommerce, you can view all this, and that landing page itself was also built in Webflow. So you probably, if you can go there now, you'll notice a very cool interaction as you get through it. So I have, in my past experience in building websites, but especially e-commerce sites, my past experiences have looked something like this. And this is one of my favorite ideas of expectations to reality. And you may have seen this before, but this has definitely been my experience. I had this grand idea of a SpongeBob cake, and it looks so scary once it comes out the oven. That has been my experience when I've had to wrestle with some of my code and things of that nature. And with e-commerce, I come in thinking, okay, I'm gonna balance this, I'm gonna do this, and I end up looking very much like this, trying to get everything completed. And then the reveal to the client is probably the scariest things, because I've duct taped everything together, and I'm just hoping that it lasts through at least 5 people to complete. And once it gets there, it's like, look what I've done now. It kind of works, maybe not all the time, and it's not exactly what they expected. And so that's why I'm so excited about the Webflow e-commerce solution, because it allows me to step away from that coding. some of my a little bit about myself. I previously worked at Marriage as a front end engineer. And so I was heavy into coding all the time and got so far away from designing and kind of the creative aspects that I really was just like, if it works, I'm happy. Like, I don't care what it looks like. I just want it to work. Well, Webflow, I feel for me at least, has allowed me to get back to that creative aspect of it. Being able to not only have it work, but also have it work in a way that I'm proud of and I appreciate. I can put my custom look to. So with Webflow, again, it's a very visual way of creating not only websites, but now e-commerce as well. And all of this is done with CSS and HTML.